Alright, so this is my first time successfully growing a pumpkin. And look at this gorgeous one. It's so pretty. And I have another one. It's not quite as big, which I'm fine with. I love it. I think that's all that's growing in this pumpkin patch. The kids are also very excited about the watermelon. We've had one. That one's not ready. There's a cantaloupe right beside it. It's not ready. There's another watermelon. That one's not ready yet. And then we also have more cantaloupe. This was kind of just accidental and just grew really well. I think this one might be ready though. Let's see. No, it's not coming off very easily right now. I'm just going to let it be. But there's quite a few over here you can see. So let that do its thing. And these are my pepper rows. I've got a couple here, like 2 or 3. This row, all here, and here. So let's see. Lots and lots of jalapenos, which are so great for poppers. And then I also make cowboy candy, but I don't think I really need to make any. This one's not doing great, and it's supposed to be a shishito pepper. I've had a few from them. Those are supposed to turn red, taking a long time. Those are also supposed to turn red, and they're slightly. And then those are chilies, jalapeno that was from last year that I overwintered. So this side didn't do anything, but this side actually grew. So I thought that was a weird way that it grew. And my habaneros. I need to cut some of it down and let it have some more airflow. So my peppers aren't doing super great this year. Green peppers. These are finally turning. They're finally turning slightly other than green. Now, my bell peppers took forever, but they're actually looking big finally. And there's more, way more. So these are doing great, but my hot peppers not really. See? So I don't know what's up with that. See, it's just they look really bad. That's basil. And there's more over there too. So I don't know what to do about that. But next year I think I need to put maybe like more Epsom salt, and I don't know. I think my whole garden is deficient in something that the peppers need, because I never grow successful. I'm never successful in growing peppers. Except these bell peppers are doing really well this year, so they weren't doing well. Then I added some Epsom salt, and then they did great. So I'm thinking that's what it needs. I need something, obviously. Oh yeah, and I have another row of peppers too. Now these are weeds. Some more jalapenos. And that one too. I'm gonna let them grow a little bit bigger. I don't really have the space in my kitchen right now. And these are ginormous. These are really big. I love those. They're by the pumpkin patch. And they kind of look like they were gonna die and not do well, but all of a sudden they're growing, and I don't know. They're doing well. I'm just gonna let them be. Tomatoes, they've got blight really bad. You can see And I've got tomatoes on there, which I know I need to pick. I think I'm gonna pick them maybe Monday, because some of them are slightly, they're not green, like this one's green, but this one's like slightly pale yellow, so they'll turn red. And I actually found one over here that actually turned red on its own. Oh, right here. Look. Hooray. I love it. What else can I show you? We have tomatoes. They're getting eaten alive by caterpillars and worms. I hate it, but I'm just gonna let it be. I can't really handle it all this year. These yellow pear. And these cherry tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes. They're so sweet. My favorite is Matt Wild cherries. These aren't it. They're super tiny, but they're super flavorful. And then I have these like midnight snack. They're okay. They actually kept getting fallen over, and I tried to fix it with clear wrap. Didn't work really. I mean, sort of, but they definitely hit hard. They're done pretty much. And then the rain keeps splitting them. And I've got more tomatoes, big tomatoes. But again, there's life, and just they're done. I mean, it is what it is. I did another planting, fourth planting of green beans. So I've got more that needs to be picked. This row and that row. And then I also planted these, the like pawpaws or passion fruit, which we have, but they never produce really around here or ripen. And these still are not really ripening. Oh well. Tomatoes, more tomatoes. Oh, this is why I always pick my tomatoes before they're fully ripe, because something is bound to get them if I don't get them. So frustrating. So there's one, I will get them. But look at these gorgeous tomatoes. They're just growing. More tomatoes. These beans. Oh, these beans are our favorite. Well, something's getting that. But they get purpley, which it's pretty much done, the end of the season. But here we go. These beans are really, really good. They are called, I think, like chicken stock peas, or like maybe cow peas, maybe. I don't remember the name of them, but they're like chicken stock peas, something like that. And they're really good because they taste like chicken stock when you add a little bit of water and a little bit of salt. You don't need to add anything, and they're really flavorful, and they're really, really good. And they're easy to peel. You just know they're ripe when they're red. This bright, vibrant red. And they typically grow better than this. Like, I know there's missing one here and here and here. They typically are better growing than this. So, and my okra forest, as I like to call it, because the stalks on these are so thick. I mean, they're giant. They're literally trees. They're branching out. But they're beautiful, and they produce a lot. 1 second. I did another planting of peas or beans. So they're going to maybe produce. And then okra, I also did another planting. They're doing pretty good. And tomatoes, which I need to weed and support and all that. And this is just weeds. And this row, this row, this row, this row. Anyway, I got like, I don't know, 8 rows of tomatoes this year. And they're all doing pretty good, but again, life is hitting them. I think I planted them too close. So, and it is about the end of the season for them, at least for us it is usually. But I've been happy with them so far. It took a while, but that was because of the weather, I think, not so much the plants themselves. And I pulled up bush beans here the beginning of this week. They're done. Lemongrass, sweet potatoes. more beans, but I think those are black eye beans. And there's also tomatoes over there as well. Basil, which I need to trim. Sage. More basil. More sage. Strawberries, which I really need to cut the runners and plant them again because they're everywhere and they produce really well this year. And this is squash, like patty pan squash. Right there. But bugs are getting to them. Aphids are. I saw a lot of aphids the other day. I think I saw, there we go. There's one. Oh, there's another one. That's a good size one. It's kind of my squash area. And mullein. So this is kind of my squash area. There's more little squashes. They're growing. Okay. And then my cucumbers, they're done for the season. Tomato plant. It just volunteered here and let it do its thing. This mullein is done. I should pick it and move it. This one, I need to get the branch. I need to get all the leaves. Some basil. Just some herbs like stevia. More mullein, burdock, or bee balm. My walking onions, they're really great. And a volunteer squash, or a pumpkin. They grow little tiny pumpkins, but I think we picked them all. Yeah, I don't see any. Oh wait, here we go. They're just little. But my cucumbers did really, really well for a long time. Now I did like do succession planting. So I planted a couple rows, and then like 2 weeks later I planted in between those plants, and then another 2 or 3 weeks later I planted in between those again. And so it seemed like we had an endless supply of cucumbers, which we really did. It's crazy. This has probably been my favorite garden so far. It's just done so well. Let's see what else. Oh, more tomatoes. The marigolds have done amazing. Something I didn't realize was that you need to trim them down so they bush out. More tomatoes. The corn did horrible though. This was corn. So this was not good. Oh yeah, and these cucamelons. Have you ever grown cucamelons? They're so cute. Well, there's some aphids right there. But they're cucumbers that are shaped like a watermelon. They're adorable. My zucchini did not do well, or squash. They did horrible. And that's it. I think that's my garden.